see that again. That was a tough one to handle off the helmet.
We're here to stay now. Let's go.
Rich Lapani is a throwback. He says he hasn't changed his style of coaching since he began in 1986, and it's working at Hilton High School. At Fayetteville Manlius, sectional titles and state titles are nice, but national titles are the real goal for the cross-country team, thanks to Bill Aris. And at Our Lady of Mercy High School, Mark Sausler's crew team is rowing its way to state and national titles. You'll meet them all on this edition of Game Changers. When you think about cross-country, most people think about individual runners competing on their own, but not Bill Aris. The Fayetteville Manlius coach in the Syracuse area stresses teamwork, and it's that teamwork that has led to 10 national championships in the last decade.
You take all the individuals and all their individual potentials and stack them up, and then take all of those people working together as one, you're going to accomplish more, and that stack is going to be higher with all of them working together selflessly as one rather than a collection of individuals. And that's how team success is achieved. Borrowing from John F. Kennedy, no, don't ask what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Well, it's the same idea.
Really what it comes down to is the philosophy that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. He teaches us every day that it's not really just about how well you run individually, it's about how you can run to push your team to be better and to push your teammates to be better.
One of the things I always enjoyed, regardless of what sport it was running. And I ran a marathon in my last year of college, and then pretty much kept with running through my adult life. And I worked in the business world from when I graduated from college in 1978 till 1992. I was a mid-level manager for a large corporation, and that corporation had a wide swath of its middle management throughout the country delayered. So all of a sudden I had a lot of time in my hands while I was searching for a new job in the business world. I decided I would try to see if I could offer my help as a volunteer to help contribute with the FM running program. And I've been coaching at FM starting out in that very humble beginning as a volunteer in the early 90s and right up through now.
I want a 70-minute plus, 70-minute day. I want the accelerators. I want everything done right. We'll meet after.
He's always pushing us to do our best, whether it's on the field or in the classroom. He's always coming up with new ways to motivate us as athletes or us as people, and he really strives to bring out the best in each of us.
Our success over the years, I'd like to think, at least from my coaching contributions, in some part, it had to do with my business background. Beyond that, though, my love of running and my love of coaching kind of came hand in hand. I like working with kids, and regardless of how competitive we are, but I also am competitive and I like winning whenever we can.
Finish strong with all you got. Come on, no pacing.
He teaches us that work ethic is the most important part of all of this. So what we want to do is work as hard as we can in everything that we do, and it's helped us, it's helped me especially grow as a runner and as a student.
I use the principles of selflessness as a priority. Great sports teams are not based on great individuals, they're based on great athletes who wish to make what they're working in, or the entity they're in, become better than it could possibly be.
He's extremely dedicated to the sport. He spends a majority of his day researching and working on what he wants to talk to his team about. He has a game plan every single day.
We try to teach them that by thinking about how they are affecting the overall common good, they can become even better in their own right individually while making the whole operation better. The best way to do this is to forget about goals entirely and think about how we can perfect our daily processes, how we do things day after day after day, and let the goals and the results take care of themselves. And I suppose I would say I try my best to extend that beyond the athletics. Their daily lives, there's how they sleep, eat, their schoolwork, everything, how they interrelate with their families. Not that I'm going to make them better family members, but that maybe all of this is interrelated. I think it is.
I feel like once you learn the habit to be so dedicated to something, it definitely transfers to school because, you know, you're doing your homework, you're doing this extra like curriculum. If you're doing well and you're feeling dedicated to running, it's going to spread around to like, you know, everything else.
Basically, a Stoughton is somebody that depicts an unflinching commitment to excellence. Whether things go well or things don't go well, they're stoic, and they handle things very humbly in a very balanced way.
You know, the process is the goal. It's every day trying to be a Stoughton, training like a Stoughton, and giving it your absolute best every single practice. Like each day, that's all that matters.
Percy Cerity, in creating the term Stoughton, by the way, is a contraction of two words, stoic and Spartan. And he merged those together to depict an attitude that he was looking for in the development of his athletes. What I did was take and adapt his Stoughton approach, which is holistic in every way: nutrition, sleep, rest, clean living, vigorous, healthy life, working on everything to the best you can be, academics, your employment, no matter what, in every way. Well, the key is that concept of selflessness. Taking all of those attributes of pursuing excellence in every way in your life and apply it to being selfless for the development of team excellence.
He always tells us that you're not running for yourself or to have individual results, you're running for the team because it is a team sport, as weird as it seems. And kind of any individual success after that is secondary.
It's more if you're not thinking about yourself when you're out there racing hard, you're thinking about how everyone else out there who's behind you or in front of you, that they might be hurting more than you are, so you got to just put yourself out there because you got to meet up to their expectations and your expectations.
The physical training is rigorous, there's no question about that. The whole principles of cross country and its scoring is that your first 5 runners are your scorers. Next, it would be logical to see that the farther up in the pack your 5 runners are, the better your team scoring is going to be, meaning it's going to be lower. Next, you realize that each one of those 5 matter. If you have the individual that wins the race, that's great, but what are the next 4? Or if you have 4 good runners that do very well, but your 5th runner is a mile behind, that doesn't portend well in terms of victory. Hence, you've got nationals in the girls last year, when we won and beat teams on paper who had individuals that were superior to us, but we won because we had 5 girls that were like a fist, 11 seconds apart, 1 through 5, which was unprecedented.
Well, we don't necessarily try to stay together during a race, but in our head we're always thinking like, what can we be doing better to help the team and get a better score? But a lot of cases that just ends up us being close together because it's easier to run fast when you're with girls that you've been working with all season.
We train in a balanced way, and the mileage we do is totally in line with the level of the teams we have every year. We run what the kids can handle, and then in turn we apply quality to the level that the kids can handle. And hopefully, if I understand each kid correctly and what their strengths and weaknesses are, and keep them healthy and keep them developing, we bring it to a crescendo come championship season.
He really cares about each individual a lot, so he kind of just like tries to customize what that person needs and tries the best that he can to give it to him.
I'll do this as long as I find it enjoyable and as long as I feel that the kids are receptive to my message.
It's pushing us to our potential, and he does it in a way that we know he cares about us, and you know, as a group and as individuals.
I would hope that people would see me as a selfless coach who tried to contribute to the overall excellence of something far greater than himself.
Leaders, be leaders, let's go.
Look for more Game Changers on Time Warner Cable Sports Channel.